3 margaritas and a taco! I don't drink. That was a bad idea. Cookies don't make good eye patches. Well, they do make good food. Hello everybody and welcome to week 11 of the 2017... no, it's still not 2017, Cody. Maybe you've been having 3 margaritas. It's not 2017. 2018 NFL season. It's your boy Cody P, also known as the TBCC, also known as the guy who likes to wait until the last minute to do everything because he's professional and because he has a job and a life and a wife. He's not married. I'm going off script here. But that's the funny thing is, I don't have a script. Haha, free will. Anywho, I actually wrote down last week because I'm a smart brain noodle. And let's recap everything. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper. The soda I only drink the second most. But maybe now the most because my store doesn't sell. No, do. Criticize me. I'm not sponsored. I just like saying that. It makes me feel good. Getting off track again. Last week, Cody went 8-6 straight up, which is, you know, not bad. Pat on the shoulder. You did a good job. Made your picks. But a dreadful 5-8-1 against the spread. And for those who are wondering, yes, I also did realize that I forgot to put the Falcons and Browns game on my Slidey show. I'm sure I've referenced it. I didn't watch it enough to actually care if I referenced it. All I know is I didn't put it on the slide. Sorry, the Falcons and Browns, they're irrelevant. Although I'm excited for Baker, and I hope he has a long, successful, and happy career. And Julio, for the Falcons, you can, you know, if you follow me on Twitter, you know what's up. But yeah, I already knew I lost that because I would have taken the Falcons straight up against the spread, and yada yada. I probably would have taken the under too if I did over unders. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, spread picks. I suck at spreads. I don't know why. Never gamble on me, okay? Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm probably saying something stupid. That's why there's other channels. We literally have a channel called Geo Knows. You don't say that if he doesn't know anything. So, yeah, go listen to them. Don't listen to me. Listen to me because I'm funny, and because I'm crazy, and because I'm desperate and want views. Not really, but I don't know what I want. You tell me what I want. And I will listen, because I care about my audience, and I will not neglect you people. I will listen to your words, and I will take that to heart. This, we don't need that. Let's just talk, you and I. Tell me about your day. What makes you get out of bed in the morning? What makes these cookies pretty dang good? That's because it's called Have a Nice Parents. I can answer that last one for you. Anywho, your life's not important, but neither is mine. So you know what? We can all be worthless together. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called pessimism, which is the exact opposite of what I am. Let's get into the game, shall we? The first game we're going to look at features a game that, you know, when you think playoffs, you think, huh, they're never going to get to the playoffs. Because reasons, and because, you know, I like to look back at this. My first season doing this, this was supposed to be the NFC Championship game everyone got hyped for. But then a man that you all may know, by the name of Aaron Rodgers, ruined that for us in 2016. But then again, there goes me going off track and insulting Aaron Rodgers. He's not a bad QB. He's a great QB. But he's overhyped. Anywho, off track. First game we're going to look at is when Dallas heads to Atlanta. Falcons are 3-point favorite at home. What does that mean? It means these teams are even Stevens. And Atlanta's getting an edge because they're at home. Dallas, they can run. And with Amari Cooper, maybe they could pass better. Maybe. I don't know. So far, since Amari Cooper's arriven in Tennessee, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot and had no idea what they were doing. And against Philadelphia, they somehow were a good football team. Head scratcher. Well, Atlanta, I don't even know what they've done these last couple of weeks because they've been irrelevant. You start out 1-4, you win 3 in a row, good job, and then you go into Cleveland and lose to the Browns, who, I don't care what the players say, players can say whatever they want. We know the Browns have been a laughingstock for the last 20 plus years, and it's demoralizing. Trust me, I deal with Nathan all the time because of when we lost to the Browns. It's demoralizing. I'm sure those players get demoralized too. Because I'm sure they grew up, the younger players especially, they grew up knowing, hey, these Browns, they suck. We should be able just fine. But Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb said otherwise. Atlanta, where's your offense? Anywho, game's in Atlanta. It's a back and forth game. This game essentially, whoever loses this game is more than likely not going to the playoffs. Because Dallas sits at 4-5, and Atlanta also sits at 4-5. They're both sitting at 4-5 right now. And if you're going to get into the playoffs, at least in the NFC, you're going to need a 10-11 win season. Which, if either of these two loses, they'll drop to 6 losses. Meaning, more than likely they'll miss it. Now, Dallas may have the benefit of the doubt because they live in a porous division where Washington will probably shoot themselves in the foot several times. Atlanta, they don't have that luxury. They got Drew Brees and the Saints rolling through everyone, and then Carolina, who is up and down. So if anything, this is a must-win for Atlanta, and I think they get this win. Mostly due to the fact that I think Dallas will end up shooting themselves in the foot at least once or twice. Atlanta's defense is almost non-existent, as is shown by the longest scrimmage play this year. A 92 run by rookie running back Nick Chubb. Drafted in the 2nd round, I think. But, I think Atlanta, this game could potentially have the advantage of being a quote-unquote shootout. And if we're going shootout, I like Atlanta in this. Dallas' defense has improved, and their 1st-round pick, whose name I can never remember how to pronounce correctly, Sean Lee's replacement, because Sean Lee can't stay healthy, and so far looked really good. But I like Atlanta, mostly because I think they're the more, dare I say, professional upcharge team, and they're at home. And the spread 3. I mean, the last time these two played, it was 27-7. Well, also Tyron Smith out, and Dak Prescott got sacked 8 times, 6 by what was his name? Claiborne? Yeah. So, I think you can get away with a 3. If I were to make a score projection, I would go about as far as saying, like, 23-16, something like that. It'll be a 1-score game, but -3, you can get away with it. So take the Falcons, -3. Second game we're going to look at is the newly flexed in Sunday Nighter when Minnesota heads to Chicago, where the Bears currently sit at 2.5-point favorites at home. The Bears look good. And I'll admit, I said this. I said that the Bears, in my bold predictions, people say that's not true. In my bold predictions, I said the Bears, I'm technically giving a freebie at this point, but that would have a better record than the Cowboys, Raiders, and Niners. And now, due to the Jimmy G injury, that's kind of a gimme. And Dallas being inconsistent. It's a runaway for me. Although the Bears could shoot themselves in the foot for the rest of the season. This season's been really out of control, unpredictable, and a lot of confusing. And a lot of teams have shot themselves in the foot. You get lucky. Winners get lucky. And if that luck means the other team shooting themselves in the foot, to the point where they don't even have feet because there's so many bullet holes through it, then so be it. But honestly, if I were the odds makers, I would have still given Minnesota the favorite, mainly because they're, I would guess, say more of a proven team or an experienced team. Chicago looks great, and they are leading their division, don't get me wrong. And they have, someone said, the best offense in that division, but they're still unproven. That game against the Patriots, they made it interesting, don't get me wrong, but they're unproven. And not that I would say who is better, because Kirk Cousins to me is still unproven. Sure, he'll get you numbers, but what has he done to win games? I mean, it wasn't his fault they lost against New Orleans a couple weeks ago, but it's... I don't trust Kirk. Not that I trust Mitch either, but I don't trust Kirk. And Minnesota's defense has been up and down, so has Chicago's. But Minnesota has a better defense, but Minnesota doesn't have a Khalil Mack on their side. Xavier Rhodes, we're still up and down on whether or not he's a top 5 corner in the NFL. He's had his moments, but he's also had his flaws and failures. So we're debating that. Not that Chicago has a deep secondary either, but they have a Khalil Mack now, who could easily win Defensive Player of the Year. Him, JJ, and maybe even Myles or Donald. And don't sleep on Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, smart pick by Cleveland. Cleveland's doing smart things. They're being smart. And they could be a team to reckon with in a few years. But I like this as a statement win for Chicago. Something tells me, they're a good home team. Their offense has been producing really well, and their defense hasn't been spectacular, but they've been effective. And Kirk Cousins, a man who to give you 6 on a 3rd and 8 just to make his numbers look good, I think he'll get in some of the positions. I honestly see this game as a game that goes down to, alright, Kirk Cousins, you're down by 4 with 1:30 left and like 1 or 2 timeouts. Run up my defense and score a game winner. That's how I see this game playing out. They keep it close, and it goes down to Kirk Cousins leading that game-winning drive. And I think he will fail it. Therefore, I am giving Chicago this victory. And you're going to get that spread of 2.5 anyway, so take the Chicago Bears minus 2.5. And then, of course, the game of the year, perhaps. Super Bowl preview, I have my doubts. But game of the year now got moved out of Mexico. And before anyone says anything now, I know I'm already too late on commenting on this, but I'm keeping my freaking Alstorm Mexico references. I don't care. They were scheduled for this video, and had it not been released by then, I probably would have kept it anyway and not said anything. But I know, hell, Gridiron Heights knew immediately. But I'm keeping my reference, my channel, my rules, and I have nothing else. I mean, I was going to go for the, I was going to reference the Steelers-Jags game, or, what other game was I going to reference? I don't even remember. That was going to be like, it was going to be like down to Duval, but now the Jags are irrelevant again, so. But I get the benefit of the doubt this game. And I'm keeping Mexico, so screw you. When the Kansas City Chiefs head to LA, but the Rams are 3-point favorites at home. Meaning the odds makers are like, fuck it, this game's going to be a shootout. Whoever gets the ball last will win. And last time Casey was in this situation, they lost to New England. I think that was the last time they were in this situation. But then again, New England also had a 24-9 lead on them at one point. So, give or take, you see how it goes. Both teams' defenses are essentially irrelevant. They got players. They have players. But it's almost like, do they though? Do they? We all know Aaron Donald. Marcus Peters has been getting burned so many freaking times we don't know whether or not he's good anymore. Speaking of Marcus Peters, he now gets the joys of playing against Kansas City with their new quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, who has been lining up the league and is in the top 2 spot, tied with Drew Brees for potential MVP candidate. And I also said this on a Twitter post, that, Patrick Mahomes looks nice, and they said nice things. I'll deem him better than Alex Smith if he wins a playoff game. That is my only request. If you win one playoff game, then I will give you better than Alex Smith, because Alex Smith only won 1, and he had all the advantage. So, that's on you, Patty Mahomes. You're more than likely going to get the bye week, and the 1 seed, so you're more likely going to play a 4-seeder, which is Houston, or maybe you have the 6th seed, depending on who the 3rd and 6th is. Because the 3rd is probably going to be the winner of the North, and the 6th is probably going to be either Tennessee or Baltimore or something like that. So, you're more than likely going to get Houston, though, at the 4th-seeder. Probably. But I think they can do it. I think Kansas City, I think Patrick Mahomes, he's not checked down Alex, so I think he can get away with it. Washington's doing so good because they're conservative in a division that shoots itself in the foot many times. That's why Washington's on top. Because they don't even risk shooting themselves in the foot because they have Alex Smith. Anywho, back to the Rams game. It'll definitely be a shootout. Definitely score a lot of points. Defenses are both MIAs. And it'll definitely be one of the games of the year. I know last time I said game of the year, Pittsburgh blew the doors off Carolina, but that was also a Thursday nighter. So can you blame me for making that? When, Thursday night games, they've been aight, but they haven't been that good. They have not been. And it benefits the home team a lot. So yeah, we'll learn a lot about both these teams. And by that I mean, not really. There's definitely going to be another shootout. But who's more durable, who's more dependent, and if someone jumps out to like a 2-possession lead, can the other team catch back up? Or if it's just long gone, it's long gone. But considering now that the game got moved from Mexico back to LA, I really like the Rams in this. And I know they technically have made the travel anyway, so they're traveling back and forth for their own home game. But I think the Rams are a better team. I think Patrick Mahomes gets too lucky sometimes, playing the benefit of the doubt of some crappier teams more or less. And I think the Rams are a better team overall. Because Casey has offense, but their defense is more MIA than the Rams. So, I like the Rams in this one. And you're going to get the points anyway. So, the Rams -3. That's that. I slide here. Games go there. We've been through this enough times. Any highlighted games interesting? I like Green Bay. Seattle's aight, but I think Green Bay's going to steal this one. And plus, Green Bay's been beating Seattle for the last couple of years now. Remember when these two teams were powerhouses? Remember when no one could beat Green Bay or Seattle? Well, the good old days. Carolina bounces back against Detroit. Tennessee goes into Indy and gets a win. Houston and Pittsburgh go on the road and get wins in their respective games. Arizona beats up on a Raiders team that almost looks like that they want us to put them out of their misery. And then Chargers and Saints win their games at home. And yeah, that's all your games. That was quick. Goodbye. Peek over fantasy. I escaped with 2 narrow wins yet again. Actually, I say they're narrow, but honestly, it was the League of Assholes where I actually destroyed Ted Ward. In the 1 week where I made the Mark Ingram James Conner trade, where he now had James Conner and I had Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram primarily outproduced James Conner. So, that's a win for me in the trade. I don't care how well James Conner has done since he got James Conner week 6, I believe. I don't care how Mark Ingram's been up and down. He gave me the 1 week I needed to win. I'm satisfied. Do not care. And Julian Allen's been a nice fill-in every now and then. But in the Lottery League, I escaped with another win. Had to hold my breath a little bit because I was down to watching George Kittle, hoping that he doesn't score enough points. He got close, but did not beat me. So I maintained my surrender. I can't even think of a word right now. My fanabulous 8-2 records in both leagues, and in prime positions to playoff bursts. Granted, nothing catastrophic goes wrong. Although Cooper Kupp being out in the Lottery League is going to hurt me a little bit. And now I got James White on a bye, going against one of the better teams. I think I'm playing Brian this week. And if that didn't tell you already, Brian and Carter are the top 2 teams in the league, both posting 9-1 records, while I'm sitting here 8-2. But luckily for me, in the Lottery League, we're separated into 2 divisions. And those 2 aren't in the other division. So I'm sitting on the top of my division. So, although these guys are stacked and they have good players, and I feel like I might lose this week against Brian. But we shall see. We shall see. I hope I'm wrong. And that's it for me. I need to learn to stop doing these videos so long, but can you blame me? I do what I can. I do what I can. That's all from your boy. Maybe I'll make these videos before midnight too. Doubtful. I gotta go to bed. I work at 11:30 tomorrow. Oh.